Before we dive into the main topic, please take a moment to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this podcast, and leave a comment to support the channel. Your engagement truly helps.
Welcome to this deep dive. Our mission today is, well, it's a foundational one. We're going to master the essential A1 and A2 English vocabulary for talking about family.
That's right.
We're going to move slowly, very clearly, to make sure every word really sticks. And to do that, we'll be using the Sorokin family tree as our guide.
It's a perfect goal. I mean, when you're learning English, one of the very first things you talk about is your family.
Of course.
And we're using this family tree, this visual guide, to see how the relationship words, or relations, as we sometimes say, connect everyone. It's much easier to learn when you can see it.
Okay, so let's unpack this core unit first. We're starting right in the middle of the tree with Ivan and Anne Sorokin. They seem to be the anchor for everything else.
We have to start with the most basic words. These are truly A1 level. So you have Ivan and Anne. Ivan is Anne's husband.
Husband. So that's the word for the male partner in a marriage. Exactly.
And then if we go the other way, the reciprocal term, Anne is Ivan's wife.
Wife. That's the female partner. This pair, husband and wife, is absolutely essential.
And together, what are they to their children?
Together, they are Karen and Jack's parents. When we use the word parents, we're talking about both the mother and the father together.
Right. It's a plural word for the two of them.
It is.
So now let's move down a level to their children, Karen and Jack. Karen is their
She is their daughter.
daughter, the female child.
And Jack is their son, the male child. Very simple words, but you have to know them perfectly.
And what about the relationship between Karen and Jack themselves?
Well, Karen is Jack's sister.
And therefore, Jack must be Karen's brother.
Exactly. A key insight here is what you called reciprocity. These words come in pairs. If you know Karen is a sister, you automatically know she has a sibling who is a brother or another sister. The relationship flows both ways.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, we've got the core unit down. Now things get a little more interesting when we move up a generation to the older family members. We see Henry and Diana.
Yes. Henry and Diana are Ivan's parents. And for Karen and Jack, this introduces that really important prefix, grand.
So Henry is Karen and Jack's grandfather.
Right. The father of a parent.
And Diana is their grandmother.
The mother of a parent. And if we talk about them together,
They are the grandparents.
exactly. That grand prefix is just a powerful little tool. It tells you immediately that we're moving up one more generation.
And now we need the terms looking back down. So, from the grandparents' perspective, Karen is Henry and Diana's,
The granddaughter.
and Jack is their grandson.
And notice the pattern there. It's still daughter and son. You just add grand to the front. It's a very helpful, logical pattern for learners.
It is. Okay, let's introduce the cousins now. I see Kavita and Ravi on the same level in the family tree as Karen and Jack.
Yes. Kavita and Ravi are Karen and Jack's cousins.
Cousin.
And this word is, it's a real gift in English. It's gender neutral. It works for boys, for girls, for men, for women.
Oh, that's a great point. So you don't need a different word for a male cousin and a female cousin.
Not at all. In many languages you do, but in English, one word covers all the children of your aunts and uncles.
Yeah, right.
It actually makes learning a little bit easier.
That is a wonderful insight. One word doing the job of two. I like that.
It simplifies things a lot.
Okay, let's expand out to the extended family now. We need to learn the words for our parents' siblings. So let's look at Ivan's siblings, Amelia, George, and Mina.
Right. So when we connect these three people to Karen and Jack, we get a new set of essential words. George is Karen and Jack's uncle.
Uncle, that's the brother of your mother or father.
Yes. And then Amelia and Mina are Karen and Jack's aunts.
Aunts, the female equivalent, the sister of a parent.
So we have that pair again, and an uncle. Pretty simple to remember.
But the reciprocal terms, the ones looking back from the aunts and uncles, they can be trickier for A2 learners because they're totally new words.
They are.
So if we're looking from their perspective, Karen is Amelia, George, and Mina's niece.
And Jack is their nephew.
Okay, let's pause right there. This is important. If I'm an uncle, like George, the children of my brother or sister can only be my niece or my nephew.
That's it.
Is there any easy trick to remember which is which? Because, niece and nephew don't sound anything like aunt and uncle.
That is an excellent learner-focused question. And unfortunately, no, there isn't a simple phonetic link. It's really a case of memorization.
Ah.
But you could think of niece sounding, I don't know, a little soft, maybe feminine, to connect it to the female, the daughter of your sibling,
Hmm.
and nephew's the other one, the male, the son of your sibling.
That actually helps. Okay, so mastering these four words, aunt, uncle, niece, and nephew, that feels like the real gateway to talking about the wider family.
It is. It's the moment you move beyond just your parents and siblings.
Mm.
And for many people, the relationship with aunts and uncles is so important. So these words are just non-negotiable for real communication.
So let's try to connect more of these dots now using the examples from the source material to practice.
A great idea. Let's start with the cousins again, Kavita and Ravi. We know they are cousins to Karen and Jack, but what about to each other?
To each other, they're just siblings. So Kavita is Ravi's sister.
And Ravi is Kavita's brother. See? The basic words still apply.
And what about their relationship to Ivan and Anne?
Well, Anne, who is married into the family, is Kavita's aunt. And Ivan, the brother of their parent, is Ravi's uncle.
Right. And then looking up to the top generation, Diana is Ravi's grandmother.
And Henry is Kavita's grandfather. That grand prefix applies to all the children in that generation.
And this reinforces those reciprocal terms we just learned. Ravi is Ivan's nephew.
And Kavita is Ivan's niece. This repetition is so important for making the word stick.
We also see that George is married to Mina, so Mina is George's wife.
George is her husband. We also see that Mina is an aunt to Kavita. The relationship can be defined by blood, or by marriage.
Now, the tree expands even more. Mina has a brother named Sanjay.
Okay, so let's place him. If Sanjay is Mina's brother, then to Mina's children, Kavita and Ravi, he is their uncle.
And Sanjay's wife would be their aunt.
Their aunt by marriage, exactly.
And they have one son, Prem. This is a perfect chance to introduce a great phrase.
Yes. Prem is an only child.
An only child. That's just what you say when someone has no brothers and no sisters. It's a very common, useful phrase.
Very useful. Now let's go to the very top, the oldest generation shown. We meet Henry's parents, Alexander and Layla.
So Alexander is Henry's father, and Layla is his mother.
And we see they have 3 grown children, Amelia, Ivan, and George.
And there's a sentence in the material that ties this all together really well. It says, Ivan and George and their wives, Anne and Mina. And that phrase brings us to a really crucial common mistake.
Yes, the complexity of plural forms, specifically with that word, wife.
This isn't just about spelling, is it? It's a grammar rule.
It's a very important irregular pattern. When you talk about one person, it's singular. My wife, his wife. That's normal.
But the second you have two or more,
The word changes. It becomes our wives or their wives.
notice that spelling. The singular ends with F-E.
Right. And the plural drops the FE and adds VES, wives. This F to VES pattern is irregular, but it's not unique.
Okay, so where else might we see this pattern?
Well, you see it with other common nouns. For instance, one knife becomes 2 knives. One life becomes many lives. If you can remember that general rule, your English will sound much more accurate.
That is definitely a detail that signals you're moving from just basic communication to more correct communication. It's worth practicing that pattern.
It really is.
All right, now that we have all this vocabulary, let's put it into practice with some conversational expressions. This is how we actually use the words.
Yes, the goal is always natural speech. The sources give 2 key questions. The first one is, have you got any brothers and sisters?
A very common question. And if you don't, the answer is simple. No, I am an only child. We just learned that phrase with Prem.
Exactly. The second question is a bit broader. Do you come from a big family?
And a typical answer could be, yes, I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters, just using that core vocabulary we started with.
You see how these questions and answers immediately let you apply the words. They stop being just a list and become part of a real conversation.
And we really want to encourage you, the listener, to take the advice from the material here.
Please do. The best way to make these words your own is to draw your own family tree. Start with you, your parents, your grandparents.
And then add the other branches, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins.
Once you have the drawing, write simple sentences. Marta is my mother. David is my brother. The physical act of drawing and writing really helps your brain lock in the information.
So let's bring this all together. Why does mastering these A1 and A2 words matter so much?
Because it's the key. It's the key to introducing yourself, to understanding other people, and to talking about your own life with clarity and confidence. This whole deep dive is about building that strong foundation.
So here's a final thought for you to take away. If you were to draw your family tree right now, how many wives and husbands would be on it? And remember that tricky plural rule for wives. And in your family, are you a niece, a nephew, or maybe an only child? Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like, and leave a comment to support the channel.